lovely folk. We are getting into a Gemini reading here. I want to start out by apologizing for skipping out on the videos last month. I simply was just not in the right energy to give you a proper reading. So we are going to go ahead and start out here with tea leaf. Then we have pocket animal spirit, and then we have spirit song. We might clarify with Enchanted World Tarot, and then mystical healing, reading cards as well, and as always, charms. So let's go ahead and get started here. Ooh, okay. Alright. Ooh. I just pushed that flame. Pushed that oil lamp. Okay. So we have love for your astral house card there. We have a desk. Pay attention to your work. We have February. We have a club. Someone will try to make you do something against your will. Bowl. Plenty of material things. I just got, like, if you feel like you're in a place of lack, to look at what you do have. If you're, something we take for granted so often is just having a roof over our head, being able to step away from, the elements when we need to, if it's like, stormy outside, or, being left to the weather. So perhaps paying attention to what you already have and things to be grateful for, and then paying attention to your work. Pin, new job or career. So some of you might not have a job right now, and so it's something you're very focused on, or perhaps you're not, perhaps you're kind of in a place of being like, I am like frustration with like finding work. Some of you of course are already working, and there might just be a new opportunity within that, but I am getting for some of you that you perhaps aren't working, and you feel like there might be kind of an oppressive feeling there to work through. We have wall, misunderstanding. Dragon, beware of self-delusion. So definitely I'm feeling, if you've been struggling through this, like perhaps feeling kind of oppressed, feeling this lack, and feeling like you are misunderstood, and it's just been hard to break through into some kind of work path or even security. Something to note here is you can do some work with your sacral chakra to help really anchor yourself there. Excuse me for 1 second. I am going to turn this down a little bit. Okay. We have a funnel, period of frustration, lessons to be learned. So yeah, I am definitely feeling for some of you, that there is this frustration finding work. finding your career path, finding what you want to do. Younger woman, dealings or relationship with a younger woman. Now that could be you, that could be somebody you're dealing with, that could be, you know, somebody positive you're dealing with. I mean, there's always positives and negatives to everything, but like it also could be this person, you know, having you do things against your will, things that feel perhaps like oppressive in some way. Like it doesn't have to be, you know, things are, you know, we're very complex beings, all of us, and so sometimes it might not even be like directly, it can be in some passive way. We have April, and we have a Cup. You should accept valid criticism. I'm actually going to put this here. So this might be kind of very important for you right now. Your ego could perhaps be getting in the way a little bit. And I think it's because you've felt this frustration and this oppression and just misunderstood. And so it's created this like wall within you, and you perhaps block out and don't want to hear things because you're protecting your ego because of dealing with this situation, but it's causing you to also ignore some like things that could actually help you. Alright, let's get your animal spirit card here. Oh wow, you have a lot here. We had a flipper. Okay. Well, I love seeing the phoenix for you, because you are going to rise up from this. Phoenix always reminds me of death and rebirth, of course. I always think of Scorpio with Phoenix, and like so you are definitely going to rise from this. This actually also is giving me what I got in your meditation. I actually got Cobra, Snake, and Rising. I also got Squid. I got quite a few animals for you. But adventure with a challenge, with challenges. So it's like, look at these challenges as an adventure. Because I think you're getting in your head about the challenges in a way, like and I think it has to do with your ego. So I think you are going to go through this like ego death and rebirth. That's coming up a lot lately. But in that you're going to change your perspective and really see challenges as an adventure and arising, but ultimately they help you, the challenges. You're going to rise in your business. Perhaps some of you are going to go off and start a business as well, but it could also just be in your career sector of your life. And they're going to help you experience growth all around in your life. Interesting too, because I got poof, like magic, and I didn't really understand it. But It's reminding me of the scene in Harry Potter when the phoenix just poof. Okay. So yes, phoenix. I think this one is very important for you. Peacock. Don't be afraid to peacock yourself. Especially, yeah, if you have been feeling depressed, sometimes then we like isolate. So don't be afraid to know that you have the skills. Perhaps you've been out of work for a while, so you don't feel like you have the skills, but I see you do. Your mind is very vibrant. You carry so many skills that you will apply. I'm also getting very much so about writing, because I also did get storybook with it. It could have been a stamp. It was like, you know, those old-fashioned books where they have the big letter in a square and then like the writing. It was like that, but it also could have been a stamp and like a letter. So it's hard to say exactly to pinpoint that, but it reminded me of like old storybooks. So I feel like it was more in the line of that. And you know, birds, like feathers, are very, like quills, are very aligned with writing. And I'm also getting that with the peacock. The hair pins, the head feathers there, the crown. So it might help you, and with pin here, it might help you to write. And then we have moth. Maybe like that. And we have a vulture. So we are going to read these. We did get vulture for, I believe it was Taurus. It could have been Aries. I believe it was Taurus. Alright, and we have mostly air here. These three are air. Phoenix is more, I forget what they call it in here, ether? Spirit card, ether card. So you might be very in your head right now, but also I think that's again signifying that writing is going to help you. Alright, moth. Impulsive, hasty, wishful. The moth is sure the grass is greener on the other side. So yeah, look at what you have and appreciate what you do have. Moth energy is at play when we're attracted to easy solutions or anything shiny and new. This can lead to unfinished projects, disappointment, or burnout. It's helpful to remind moth personalities that life is complex. No matter the illusion, no one is exempt from the trials and tribulations of this great journey. Practice. Okay, so if you're feeling isolated in that, like feeling like this is like just my life and this is only happening to me, and that, like, you know, just that isolated feeling, like your life is like extra difficult. Know that you're not alone in that, and this is like where that perspective change is going to really come into play, because it's like those challenges are weighing heavy on you, but I feel here soon that's going to change. Your perspective will change on this, and you'll start finding the joy in the challenges and seeing it as an adventure opening up. I'm getting like full card energy. You just need this perspective change, and it's going to be like a story. Like, you know, all the great stories have those challenges, and that's what makes them great. You know, you gotta have those moments on those adventures that really shape the person in the whole story. It's helpful to remind Moth, okay, we spread that. No matter the illusion, no one is exempt from the trials and tribulations of this great journey. Practice seeing life as an infinite mystery rather than wishing it was easier or different. When in balance, enthusiastic, whimsical. When out of balance, idolizes others, jittery. To bring into balance, finish a project. So maybe like set small attainable goals, and like that'll help you feel like feel that energy of like getting something done and getting that like boost that you get from doing that. If you're writing lists for yourself and you like feel like I can't do this, I'm bad at with lists, you know, lessen those lists and just like, you know, what can I realistically get done today? And, you know, really lessen it. Like, really don't put a lot on yourself. Don't put too much on your plate. Just tackle a few things right now. Don't feel like you have to like get it all done and carry the world on your shoulders. Like, instead, you know, just tackle little things, and eventually that'll snowball into like greater victories. But right now, you know, keep it small and don't look too far ahead. Just look at the one step up in front of you. You know, keep taking those steps. Oh, we need Phoenix, freedom from suffering and past karma, reincarnation. The phoenix represents the transformation of our past. It doesn't mean running from it, denying it, or burning bridges with rage. The phoenix employs an advanced technique described in yoga as the burning of impurities through practice and dedication, the tapas. The essence of the phoenix is with us when we realize we have been suffering too long and something must change. We take a stand and decide to live consciously instead of being driven by the unconscious mind and its long list of fears and aversions. At this very moment, and I just got like, you know, to recognize, you know, fears are kind of like mental limitations or like, you know, false monsters and demons we create for ourselves. And so, you know, it's really about stepping over yourself here and, you know, facing things head on and just kind of taking action, doing them, not being too hasty. Like, pause is important, and like the whole journey and process is very important, but like okay, the phrase feel the fear and do it anyway. Like, don't spend too long in that place of fretting about it. It just makes it seem bigger than it actually is. So just tackle it, and then you'll see like, oh wow, that wasn't, I was making mountains out of molehills, and it doesn't feel so bad. I just got that song, My Favorite Things, from Sound of Music. Okay, we take a stand and decide to live consciously instead of being driven by the unconscious mind and its long list of fears and aversions. At that very moment, the spark of the phoenix is lit, and the great bird helps us burn through our baggage. We no longer run from who we are, what has happened to us, or what we have done. The stuckness and dead weight fall into the ashes and a lightness and clarity emerge. As the stagnancy continues to smolder, the phoenix lifts our spirits up, and we begin to recognize ourselves again. We may catch a glimmer in our eye that wasn't there before. Look closely. It's a sign the fire of transformation is upon your wings. That's interesting, I said 5. I did get the number 35 in your meditation. The phoenix and the first chakra. The ancient yogis believed that our heaviest karmas reside in the first chakra. So also looking at your root chakra, root and sacral are going to be very important for you. This earthen center is called the Muladhara of our root. The ascent of the phoenix begins here, and as the enlightenment or entanglement of karmas is slowly burned, it arises from the ash towards the navel center. Again and again it makes this journey from the first to the third chakra, purifying our essence, freeing us from the past. So all 3 of those chakras are very important, so that's including your solar plexus as well. Okay, next we need peacock. Inner beauty, compassion, a simulator of anything. The beauty of the peacock is unrivaled. It's easy to think it comes from the plumage, but the secret of the peacock is that the beauty resides within and extends outward indefinitely. This adept creature can assimilate or digest all experiences in life, so it does not harbor resentment, conflict, or past pain within its psyche. The peacock type is extremely rare. Not many of us have reached this advanced level of acceptance in the self and others. When in balance, confident, kind. When out of balance, can't digest situations. To bring into balance, meditation on the navel. So again, about that solar plexus. So it's almost like the phoenix rises up and like brings that vibrancy to the peacock. But in the head quills there with the sun lake. Okay, but what was I about to say on that? Oh, I think you're a very kind person. I think you already are, like, it's like you already have this inner beauty, and it's just about how you talk to yourself and not perhaps this figure that may have made you feel oppressed in your life. It could be like past bullies, it could be a family member, it could be somebody who is a friend that wasn't a true friend. It could be a boss, a past boss that you experienced. It could be many forms that could be, but perhaps you started making yourself small to avoid this. But something to note is that they likely saw how wonderful you are, and because of that they felt threatened, and that is why they wanted to put you down. They wanted to try to put you down so that they could feel better. It was they're coming from a less strengthened ego, and And so, you know, don't let other people play an effect on your inner being. So, you know, step into that power that you already have. You already are this beautiful being. Okay, so next we have a vulture. Guardian and purifier, essential for rebalance. The vulture is perhaps the most misunderstood creature of all. I think you've felt that way. This intriguing bird balances our ecosystem and prevents the spread of disease. It does the dirty work that no one else wants to do and cleans up our messes. The vulture appears when there's a situation that needs to be purified or brought back into balance. Remember, the vulture is greatly undervalued. What you thought was a mistake or a tragedy is a blessing in disguise. So it's about changing your perspective here. When in balance, clarifies, reveals wisdom. When out of balance, dramatic, aggressive. To bring into balance, clean your space, sage. Also, I think for bringing into balance for you specifically, because I'm getting a lot about the chakras, is to do some like chakra work. You can use mantras, you know, visualize colors. Just look into that for sure. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and grab your cards here. Whoa, that was interesting. I'm kind of feeling them this way. Okay. Spirit guides and angels. Messages. Gemini here. What does Gemini need to see? Okay, I'm being told this is to go this way. Interesting, and my fluorite just moved. Okay, so fluorite might be a stone that helps you as well. I believe it is a purifying stone. Like, I always think of toothpaste because fluoride is extracted, like, is very close chemical to fluorite. It's also strengthening, and it also strengthens the spirit. You know, you think of teeth. Teeth are very spiritual. They're like spirit centers of the. They hold a lot of gravity and spirit within the body, and you know, fluorite helps strengthen that. So I feel like it does also strengthen the spirit. But yeah, look into fluorite. Okay. Okay, so we have here 6 of crystals, synergy, gratitude, and Queen of Feathers in reverse here, which is perception and truth. So I am being given that this is literally supposed to be like, I'm very much so to interpret this in the way that this is what's over this card, that it's going to be gratitude that helps shift your perception. Like, you're kind of in this place, this is what's holding gravity on you. Like, this is where you're anchored right now, but you're going to be flipping this. But that Queen of Feathers is the Queen of Swords, but it's in reverse here. And these words really are standing out too. perception and truth, that is going to kind of flip through using this Six of Crystals, which is like Six of Pentacles, putting stock in yourself, being kind to yourself, self-love, self-care, doing things to like boost your energy. You know, it's giving back to yourself, you know, balancing out. It's very much so about balancing the exchanges that have caused like things to be, you know, out of balance in your life. So again, also about the chakras and balancing those. And that's the synergy. But also to be grateful for the things you do have. A gratitude log might help you. And if you've tried that before and you kind of get stuck, I'm being given that you, as you continue to do it, more and more and more will pour into your mind and come to you. It's just a matter of getting in practice of thinking about it, and eventually that blockage will break down and you will definitely think of plenty. So do give that a try. We have here Nine of Shells, which is the Nine of Cups, but it is in the reverse here. So that again is saying that that is your biggest challenge. That having gratitude has been your biggest thing that will help you. But the biggest thing that has like caused a blockage is just, you know, flipping that scope, seeing the things, seeing the cup half full rather than half empty, and finding those things, realizing your abundance, and that you have the ability to make anything happen, all the skills that you do have. I'm being given kind of like, but in like a spirit way, interesting, like when people have like body dysmorphism, when they look in the mirror, like you have that sometimes by way of like not seeing things truly of in your spirit, in your soul, like the wonderful person you are, the wonderful things that you've done, all the good karma that you have accumulated. You might focus so much on like some of the hardships, some of the, and that's something here too, is to forgive yourself for any mistakes you've made, accept your humanity, and know that that's okay. We all, nobody can be perfect. We all, you know, say things that we don't, that we're not proud of, have done things that we're not proud of. You know, that's everybody. So forgive yourself of any guilt that you might have as well. But lastly, we have Queen of Shells, which is equivalent to the Queen of Cups, and I was like being urged, like that this was meant to come out in the upright, that this is changing for you. It's just a matter of working through these challenges, which you're like, I think things are really kind of happening externally. You're really being guided through this to have this rebirth, and that you're going to give yourself peace and compassion. I did also get in your meditation about how it feels like a long path ahead, but I do feel a sense of peace. So embrace the journey. And I got maze and then a maze. Like amazing. But like that there's like a maze within, like I don't know. But yeah. we are going to actually go ahead and leave this without clarification, because I think it is very, very clear here that this is about, you know, giving yourself some grace, some compassion, you know, being grateful and, you know, seeing all of the good and the wonderful things. Like, of course, that doesn't mean to never, like, shadow work is very important as well. Like, it's like, it'd be weird if somebody was like positive, only ever looked at all the positives, but like, because you would never, you know, actually have any growth at that point. But I think that you're being called because you might be holding too much weight on the other side, and to, you know, see the gratitude, see the positive, find the light. Alright, spirit guides and angels, messages for Gemini, please. What does Gemini need to see? Very good. Okay. Show self-respect, number 29 here, and we have recognize divine timing, 24. So perhaps you've been, like, I think this is also about recognizing that the experiences you've experienced have helped shape you, and, you know, to just kind of allow yourself to find acceptance within that, and know that things are happening in divine timing. Like, all of our experiences we're meant to go through. You know, we have these like soul contracts, and of course, like, there's definitely like gravity points where it's like fate and choices, like it's all kind of entangled together, but everything unfolds as it's meant to. And know that your karma is going to balance out. You are going to have good coming. Okay, so we're looking for 29. I don't know what 35 was about, but it might have some significance to you, or it could, you might see it. It might be a signifier of some kind. But let's see, show self-respect. It's time to get to know your inner self. Self-respect requires you to listen to the cycles of your body and your inner voice, as well as discern what behavior, relationships, environment, food, beverage, work, etc., are healthy for you. Self-worth occurs when your world of thoughts and feelings is elevated into higher domains. That is when you start to know at the core of your being that you are a spirit, soul, being supported by many angelic helpers. What can stop you from self-love and self-respect are the deep personal lies you might have developed in the early years of your childhood, of being unwanted, not good enough, not lovable enough, or smart enough. This can plunge you into perpetual self-doubt and self-sabotage. It is time to identify what is working in your life and what is harming you. This self-reflection will allow you to turn confusion and uncertainty into profound self-knowledge. Take 10 minutes to lie down, relax, and tune into yourself. Ask yourself, where in my life am I pushing myself, taking on too many responsibilities, and spending time doing things that harm me? What are the things that hurt me? What changes can I start to make in order to feel healthier and create true self-respect? How can I focus on the higher me that is above the physical realm? Write these things down. Then on a daily basis, ask, am I being loving, kind, respectful to myself? What am I doing for my higher nature to enable me to rise above current circumstances? Alright, and 24. Recognizing divine timing. To fully receive what you are asking for, and what you truly desire is on its way. To fully receive what you're asking for, you need to deepen your efforts on your inner preparation. Be aware that it will arrive at the exact right time when you are truly ready. If you are asking for a loving relationship or a friendship, become aware of what kind of person you would love to connect with. What qualities do they need to have? Start to work on these qualities yourself. Be open and receptive to this meeting. If you would like to develop your intuitive abilities further, then be willing to take the time to do the appropriate exercises to finesse your energy in order to create new powers of perception. If you want to start a family, work on greater intimacy, love, communication, and a healthy inner environment. If you are working on a business or potentially financially rewarding opportunity, know that it is coming. Take strong daily action to prepare for success. Action. Take some deep breaths in and focus on creating a sense of equanimity. I can't say that word. Balance, essentially, in your body. Ask for what you desire, then add, I ask my higher self to state what it is, into my life, or something much better in perfect time, in the perfect place, for the highest good of all involved. Take some deep breaths. Imagine opening your heart and joyfully receiving what you desire. Express gratitude, knowing that what is for your highest good is coming. Okay, so we will grab your charms now. Ooh, quite a lot here. Alright, so we have this large marble. It's gonna remind me of the phoenix and the peacock. But also take time. It's kind of like before, or like when the phoenix burns up, there's like a moment there that's kind of like pause and silence. I'm again getting that scene from Harry Potter with the phoenix. So there might be something to that. Oh, I was going to put it away. We have the clam or oyster. What's the one with the pearl? Shell with the pearl here. So that's about finding the inner wisdom and seeing things from a new perspective. What can you take from these experiences? But also about, again, opening up and peacocking, sharing your wisdom. We have a little seahorse here that right now is telling me about self-love. For sure. It's also reminding me of Queen of Shovels card. The Queen of Cups is very much so a master of self-love and having all the stores, because she's constantly, nourishing herself to have the stores to let that pour over and share to others. We have the 𝕃'𝕌ℕ𝔼, which can connect to the Emperor and the Empress card. So I am getting again about, for one, also seeing your skills and your power, stepping into your power, but also again about nourishing yourself. The Empress also is a master at that, at like balancing themselves, nourishing themselves, giving yourself grace like you would to others. Be your own best friend. We have here a cat. I got panther. I just heard panther for sure. I'm gonna put some symbolisms for the panther up. I do feel like that's something that will help you. We have the leaves here, which can be about turning over a new leaf. This could also be kind of like, it's reminding me of an olive branch. Forgive yourself, forgive others for how they might have treated you. Because holding on to, don't let that disturb your peace. Let go of any frustration or anger you might carry from that, because ultimately it's just hurting you. And so, extend that olive branch of forgiveness. That doesn't mean you have to, you can still set boundaries. You can still, if you need to, walk away, or, everybody's different, but you still will benefit from forgiving. I'm being reminded that, I don't know this for sure, I didn't experience this myself, but I believe in different, what would you call that? Like things like AA, or like rehabilitation places, different things like that, that they actually will have you write a letter to the person or the people in your life that you might view as like enemies, people that you don't have closure with. So that might be something that helps you to do that. We had, and I did see this candle flickering with that, yeah. A heart here. Opening your heart, doing some heart chakra work as well. And giving yourself grace and self-love. We had there's another seahorse here. Also, like, love is, you are lovable. That's a big thing. But love is going to come in for you, if it's not already in your life. I believe that a lot of you here, perhaps it's like a period right now of focusing on self-love, but know that love in divine timing is going to come in. Ooh, we have the flamingo here. That's again about balance. Very much so, chakra balancing is going to help you. But balancing your mind as well, like your mental state, the way you talk to yourself. And we have the rabbit with the pearl here. So more about wisdom. The wisdom of knowing your abundance, knowing that everything truly is so abundant. As humans, we create definitions and limitations, but the way of nature is growth, is abundance. Like alchemically, Like there just is abundance. We have a feather here, or a wing, apologies, a wing. Seeing all these wings as well. Know that you're protected, you're guided. Some of you might find a mentor, or you could already have one, that really, wants to take you under their wing. This could also even be in business. But another angel here, that you are protected. Know that everything has been for your better good. We have the tree. So that can be about family. So I think you're healing some of that. It can also be about like grounding and getting in, really looking at the roots of things. And I'm also being given about the gratitude. That it creates new branches. Like in your mind, it creates new neural pathways in your mind. So know that you can. We have the butterfly. That's that transformation. This is happening. Like no matter what, it's just in your nature that you are going to change this. So yeah, don't fret. All in divine timing. I think you've been worried that you're just going to stay stuck in this place, but you're not. Things are changing for you. You are changing. A leaf, definitely about turning over a new leaf, but also radical acceptance. I'm seeing it kind of flowing on top of a stream of water. That's like about like accepting and moving with, like knowing that it's all been a journey that you've been meant to go through to gain different insights and different things to carry along. We have the snowflake here, recognizing that you are a unique, wonderful individual. That's like kind of like a way of being grateful for who you are. Is like, instead of feeling like you wish you were normal, appreciating your uniqueness, because it's like part of your destiny to be who you are. And we're all unique, and there is no normal, so just embrace that unique, beautiful person you are. That's that self-respect right there for sure. We have the web and the spider. Realize thoughts manifest things, so be mindful, of what thoughts you have, because you can, of course, self-perpetuate fears if you're not careful. So instead, let those dissolve. You have more control than you realize. And manifest, focus on the good. You're in a state of highly manifesting. I can't talk right now. So again, a gratitude log I think is going to really help. It might help you visualize and just get your mind in a good place, but also take time to just visualize. We have the rocking horse, so that's about movement forward, but also, rocking horse is like when you or could use that. So I think this is about movement in the area of like things that may have been stagnant from childhood that have like caused some walls in your life, and you're breaking through those, you're moving through that. All right, well, that is it here. I would like to thank you so much for liking, commenting, sharing all of the things, subscribing as well, and I thank you so much for being a part of my journey and welcoming me to be a part of your journey as well. And until next time, lovely folk.